Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 10 available now. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I just watched Escape Room. It stars Taylor Russell, Jay Ellis, Deborah Ann Woll, Tyler Labine, Nick Dodandy, Logan Miller, and it's directed by Adam Robitel. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. It happens. Especially if you watch my channel frequently, it happens all the time. If you want to get a shout out in my review of The Upside, stay tuned to the end of the video to figure out how you can do that. So you got 6 or 7 people who get this invite, this weird cryptic invite. They all end up in this room. They think that they are waiting for someone to come through and explain to them what they showed up for, but they get thrown into, basically without explanation, this puzzle, survival of the fittest. They have to figure out how to escape each room that they wind up in. All I can really say is that the trailers for this looked interesting. In my opinion, it looked like a weak ass Cabin in the Woods. And that's what I told everybody. It's like Escape Room is like the first big release of 2019. It looks like a weak ass Cabin in the Woods. But this movie's not trash. For being horror, for being January, it might have like people might want to steer clear of it based on its release date, but this movie's not trash. Like, the dialogue isn't all that great, the acting is serviceable, but this isn't a bad movie. In my opinion, this is like Saw meets Cabin in the Woods, but it's PG-13. And there's minimal blood. I didn't notice very much blood. I don't even think that there was that much cursing in the dialogue. I liked Taylor Russell. I mean, I liked the cast. The cast played their characters well. Like, there's douchebag characters. There's wealthy characters. There's fallen on hard times characters. Some characters are pricks. Some are good-hearted and sweet. Some are badasses, some are dumbasses. Like, there are characters that come from all walks of life in this movie, like the people that are trapped in the rooms. I don't know. I think more of the focus goes toward the douchey characters, but I don't know. That could be like a survival of the fittest. They take charge, so they speak up first. I don't know. I mean, that's true to real life, so that's another positive for the movie, actually. The traps are cool, you know what I mean? Like, after Saw and even like Hostel, like, how many like creative traps are really still out there, especially when it's PG-13? There is sequel setup. Like, this movie was made for the low. This movie's gonna make its budget back opening weekend. So I mean, if Sony wants to do an Escape Room 2, it's possible, and I wouldn't even turn my nose up at it. This is an enjoyable horror thriller ish, whatever genre label you want to put on it. Um, and they, like, I don't, the plot, the way they did something at the beginning. The way that the plot is executed was a little weird, because they did something at the very beginning that I wasn't really too high on, and it has to do with the way everything is resolved, and the way that, like I said, the way that everything is resolved is actually cool. Like, I was surprised by it to an extent. And then, like I said, the sequel setup that isn't like Independence Day Resurgence bad, but it is obvious sequel setup. So with all that being said, man, in my opinion, I will say that Escape Room is solid. I mean, for January for horror, like it's not trash. It's not. It's better than what I expected. Is the best way I can put it. So have you seen Escape Room? What did you think about it, man? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. If you want that shout out in my review of The Upside, within $2 million higher or lower, man, how much will Escape Room make opening weekend? Be the first to get your guesses in. Be the closest within $2 million, and get your guesses in by noon Central Time Sunday. Um, I have recently posted my most anticipated movies of 2019. When one of those movies on that video comes up, I'm gonna try to like put some type of annotation within this video, within my review, so I know, like, just so like the viewer knows and I know, because I just think it'd be cool. I've wanted to do it for like the past 3 years, and when that movie comes up, I always forget. I've recently posted a complete Blu-ray collection update, man. Check that out, man. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of hours on hours on hours of editing, but it's fun. Like I love the way those videos come out. My favorite movies of 2018 is posted. Aquaman review, Bumblebee review, Holmes and Watson review, Into the Spider-Verse review. Check all of those out, man. Like I said, next week I'm gonna watch The Upside. The week after that, Glass comes out, the premiere marquee main event of January. Hop over to the Rec League Podcast YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button. It is appreciated for sure. 10 episodes in the can, man. You can go back and watch older episodes, of course. Go back and watch the episode where me and my dudes predict the NFL playoffs and then laugh at us about how wrong we was, man. Like, subscribe, comments. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.